Hello, my non viewers. How are you all today? I'm going to bring up my. Okay, so. Okay, so there's nobody here at the moment. Um, Good day for our. What is it? 11th day? That's something. There this is. Yeah, I think we're on. Yes, we are on day 11 of the 66-day challenge. Well, it's my 66-day challenge to myself, and that is to stream 66 days in a row. Well, I'll probably still keep streaming after that, but every day or almost every day. Um, and the reason 66 days is because I read a verse or a passage out of scripture that is the Bible scripture because I am Christian. This is a faith based comic company, Christian comic company. My heroes, most of them are Christian. There's a couple that aren't, but that's other stuff. And well, they're superheroes, and I think it works well personally. That's just my ever not so humble, biased opinion, being as though it's my company. And that, so I guess we will share our screen and get to reading the scripture at hand. We are in Second Kings. Well, let's share. I don't have my watermark on this. Okay. Um, Hide. Um, Minimize. Oh, not maximize, minimize. Okay, so we are reading First, First Kings chapter 3, verse 1 through not quite sure. We will find out. Solomon made an alliance with Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and married his daughter. He brought her to the city of David until he finished building his palace and the temple of the Lord and the wall of Jerusalem and the wall around Jerusalem. The people, however, were still sacrificing at the high places because a temple had yet had yet because a temple had not yet been built in the name of the Lord. Solomon showed his love for the Lord by walking in accordance to the instructions given him by his father David, except that he offered sacrifices and burnt incenses on the high places. He went The king went to Gibeon to offer sacrifices for what was the most important high places. And Solomon offered 1,000 burnt offerings on that altar. At Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon during the night in a dream, and God said, "Ask whatever you want of me." to give you. Solomon answered, You have shown great kindness to your servant, my father David, because he was faithful to you and righteous and upright in heart. You have continued this great kindness to him and have given him a son to sit on the throne this very day. Now, Lord my God, you have made your servant king in place of my father David. But I am only a little child, and I do not know how to carry out my duties. Your servant is here among the people you have chosen, a great people, too numerous to count. So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people, to distinguish between right and wrong. For who is able to govern this great people of yours? The Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for this. So God said to him, Since you have asked for this, and not for long life, or for wealth, or wealth for yourself, and nor have you asked for the death of your enemies, but for discerning in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among the kings. And if you walk in obedience to me and keep my decrees, the commands as David your father did, I will give you a long life. Then Solomon awoke and he realized it had been a dream. He returned to Jerusalem before the ark of the Lord's covenant and sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Then he gave a feast for all his court. So I guess we ended at verse 15. So that was 1 Kings 3 1 through 15. So this is amazing, you know, in a lot of ways. You know, this is the king. He's at a point where he doesn't trying to get my thoughts together here. I know what I want to say, but Solomon is king. At first, he's doing a little bit wrong. As it said, he's doing, I think, stuff to other gods or whatever. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. But God comes to him and asks, okay, you king, now what, because my servant David and all that, I'm going to say, I'm asking you, what do you want help with? And Solomon, he can ask for anything. As it said, he could ask for wealth, fame. Who knows what else he could have asked for? Technically, I guess he could have said, "Can I have peace on earth?" Well, not sure whether that would have happened, but well, he was asked for himself, not for the world around him. So I guess peace on earth isn't really anything in particular. And like you said, he could ask for death of his enemies. But Solomon, just in asking for God to give him a discerning heart, make him wise, justly rule the people, that was probably the wisest decision he ever could have made. And God says, at this, yeah, okay, I'll make you wise, and I'll make you so wise that you'll be wiser than not only anybody that's ever lived at the time or has lived. You're going to be more wiser than anybody ever, which is wow. We think of all the people that know stuff nowadays, and it's like if you were to put them and Solomon together, these people would look like morons. They probably are, but that's a different story. Um, and God says, not only because you asked for wisdom to discern, judge my people, judge these people that my chosen people correctly, to give good judgments, wise ruling. On top of that, I'm going to make you the richest guy in the land, in the world at this time. Nobody living is going to even be able to come close to comparing with your fame. Your fame, your money, you are going to be all that in a box of chocolates. But what can we get out of this for us? You know, it's hard to say. One, I guess, follow God because no matter what, yeah, it might not work out for you in the short term, but it's going to work out in the long term because, well, you'll get more than you ever could dream of. Solomon wasn't dreaming of riches or whatever. He realized he was a kid. He realized he knew nothing. And in that, we need to realize as humans, no matter how old we are, we don't know squat. A lot of us think we know a lot. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, depending on where you're coming from. But in the ultimate grand scheme of things, we don't know squat. And we should be relying on God to pump us up, to give us knowledge. And we got to make sure that knowledge is coming from God, too, because the devil's going to come as an angel of light and try and make out like he's God giving us the knowledge. I'm not sure what else to say about this at the moment. I can't really think of anything. So I'm going to go on with my characters. Today I am doing an angel and a demon again. Um, some time ago, I came up through the inspiration of what a Christmas Carol movie, with Ebenezer Scrooge. Bah, humbug! I came up with the idea because of the spirits that visited him. I came up with the idea to do it. I'm thinking of doing it in my comic somehow. A version of it, a parody of it. I'm not sure what a parody. So, spirits, I'm thinking more are like angels. So I thought, okay, well, can are these guys going to be good or bad? And I thought, you know what? We have basically, you could have demons that do this, and you could have angels, good angels. So I thought, okay, with that idea, let's create the three spirits in both ways. So you have a demonic threesome and you have an angelic threesome. And you can't always judge my characters by their looks because some of them might look like not so nice characters, but they are good characters. This is Inspire, and I'm not sure whether he's um my one for no, he's Inspire to let the past inspire. the years gone by to inspire. So he is one of the good threesome. You have in Christmas Carol, you had past, present, and future, right? So I've got past, present, and future for these guys, and well, this is the one for the past. And I thought, I was trying to figure out what to come up with, for stuff like that. How do you do a biblical take on it? Well, maybe not, or maybe not biblical. Well, biblical, obviously. So this is Inspire. He is the angel of Christmas past. Okay, this. Okay, what is wrong here? Oh, great. That is a bit thin. So we'll pump that up to 3. Okay, so here we go. For those who were watching before, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, August 11th, 2018. I will be joining a live stream on the Action Artists at 4 o'clock. I had 2 people yesterday on my live stream. Talk to. It seems today I get nobody. Nobody. Don't mind me. Yeah, there's a commercial TV here for a furniture place called Bad Boys, which is a really weird name for a furniture company. Um, Part of their thing is on the commercials, nobody beats Bad Boys, for their pricing and all that. So, when I do, especially when I do Angels and Demons, I everybody has their preconceived ideas what angels and demons look like, and we think all these demons look grotesque, and all these angels look oh so beautiful. I've never seen anything more beautiful. So I tend to do wacky or do stuff that might challenge people's preconceptions because the Bible says we can entertain angels unaware. So we've seen something so beautiful, we'd be thinking it's an angel. So possibly. So maybe angels don't always look the nicest. And it does say Satan comes as an angel of light, our adversary, and Satan just means adversary in Greek. So technically, that could be any demon that's coming to you, not just the big honcho that we think about, Lucifer, because all the demons of hell are our adversary. They work against us. They work against God. So, uh, so I'm just trying. Nobody, nobody. And well, so we're getting some views on these, but nobody's commenting. Maybe you're not watching it long enough. I don't get into it and I'm going to scripture or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's driving some people away. Yeah, so every day, normally at noon, I will be live streaming. Next week, though, Friday probably will not be live streaming at noon because my mom is going in for eye surgery and we probably won't be home in time for me to do it. Stuff. But I will be live streaming that day, probably at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. And what else was I gonna say? It'll probably be shorter ones next week too, Monday through Thursday, because I am helping out at my VBS. Although I'm probably gonna do a live stream at noon. Might be end up being a couple minutes late. I'm gonna set up everything for the next. I'm getting everything in order for the next week. That week, so everything's ready to go. That way at noon, I can just hit broadcast. We might even end up with some special guests, some kids of the VBS. Because the church I go to, a lot of the kids know about my drawings, and a lot of them like my drawings. So they might see me sitting there drawing, watching. So you may or may, well, you won't see them on camera, but you may end up hearing them in the background. That's where I live stream from my church. Try and do it somewhere where I can't see me. Well, I wouldn't mind them in the background there. Might end up like Mike Miller's house. Oh, hey, Space. Uh, good morning for you. Good afternoon for me, since it's 12:30 here. Just saw that you're in. Not much is up at the moment. I was just talking a little bit. I'm not sure whether you heard me about next week. My live streams for noon. We're gonna hope we'll probably be ending just before 1 because I'm helping out at my church next week for vacation Bible school. So I might be starting a little bit before just afternoon or just and probably have to shut down slightly before. And then Friday, my mom's got an eye surgery, so I probably won't be doing it till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon whenever we get home and I get her settled in. So what's new with you today, Space? Thanks. Uh, yeah, so I should. Hopefully, I'll still be able to do it at noon, and I usually start right at 12. Not like these other people. Well, yeah, we put it up for to go for noon. Oh, we'll go 12:10. Yeah, you're going to Hawaii. That should be awesome. Biggest trip I've ever done. Well, I've been on well, 2 to 3 major trips in my 4. There's a place in Ontario called Moose Factory. No, it's Moose Factory. You can only get there like via train or boat or whatever. My dad went up there on this Polar Bear Express train. It's called. It's like a 4-hour train ride, and you're just going through woods. The other big trip, well, I went down east with my grandparents when I was young. I guess that was big. Last year, I went out to California for a Comic Con, a Christian Comic Con called Alpha Omega Con in Los Angeles. I had a table there. And a couple years ago, I went on a missions trip down to Guatemala. And when I was like in my teen years, me, my dad, and my cousin, we drove down to Disney World. So those are like my biggest trips ever. And I went to California via bus. 3 days there, 3 days back. So that was cool. Um, yeah, it wasn't a big one. There was only like it ended up being like 200 people, and it was just for the Saturday. But there was people dressed up and everything. Got to promote my comic books a little bit. Yes. So you're in California, right? Or you? No, right now it's just my comic book is digital. I have it available in two formats: PDF or CBR. That's why I read my digital comics in PDR format. Ah, my bus went through Arizona. I forget whether it went through Tucson. Tucson? Tucson? So I'm reading, as you can possibly see, I am going to be redoing his wings because I've learned to do wings a little bit better since initially drawing him. Uh, Actually, you know what? I'll bring this a little more. Yeah, mine's $2.50 Canadian. I think that's how I have it set up. It's on my website, crosscomics.ca. I'm in the middle of reworking the artwork on it because, well, I'm good for drawing, characters like this or whatever, but I'm not too good with my backgrounds and all that. So I took a lot of pictures off the net and just posted them in the background. So I'm been going over them since I got this. I got a Wacom tablet within the last year, so I can draw digitally right into my computer. So I'm slowly going over all the artwork for it, and I'm gonna re-put it up. And anybody who's bought it between now and then, I'll just say, hey, I've reworked the artwork on this. You can re-download it. You might want to re-download it and give them the link again because I'm wanting to start to make a real good project. And as soon as the artwork is redone, or shortly after that, after get 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna. I'm thinking about doing an Indiegogo, then getting the support of maybe Ethan and Mark and all that to start, you know, doing stuff for my book. You know, helping me promote it. Yeah, well, also DC and Marvel, they sell their books digitally too. So all you have to do is download them too. So Yeah, that's good idea. You know, I think I have it somewhere in my stuff, the related page. Like the, I do have a website somewhere. I guess more for people who subscribe, they can find that out. But it's probably be good to put in the description my website. Yeah. Oh, thanks very much, man. Yeah, I'm on Twitter too, under Cross Comics, and I'm on Instagram as well under Cross Comics. I guess I haven't been promoting my page a lot because trying to get things, my YouTube better, my artwork, my some stuff better. I'm working on doing some prints of my various characters that are going to be appearing in the first year and a half of my comics, or when they start going monthly, anyways, or who are supposed to be appearing in the first year and a half when my thing goes monthly. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff, and I'm on Facebook too. I got I've got a page for Cross Comics, and I also have a group. Be putting yeah, you're right. I should be putting these links in the description. I got so much to do. So many ideas. I don't know, that one's too big. Yeah. Oh, it's just stuff I've thought of, haven't thought of. It's good to get other people's ideas too. Well, this one looks so much better than the other one. But it looks shorter too. Oh well. Okay, so that's pretty much, well, he's not done, but take the background out, select all, and experience. This is done here so I can color him in. Good. So that back, undim, and I always dim to go over, and then I take the old, move it over. Now we are already make. So we'll grab that color. Now hopefully I didn't. I've run all the lines over like I would like, so I can actually fill this in easy. Huh, good for the red. Now for the purple. Okay, the helmet definitely needs something done, so it will. And so, do you sell much artwork at your shop? Uh, needs to be. Cool. Well, you have more. Well, you do. Well, took it from the other one the yesterday, I think. Saying about that glass thing, but do you sell your regular painting things to people, or because canvases canvases are, I know, somewhat expensive, or can be. I'm not sure how much you pay for your canvases, but let's see. Most of your canvases are bigger than mine, but yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing for a sec. So, You see this canvas? It is 16 by 20. I only paid $4 for it. We have a place called Dollarama here. Everything in the store is like less than $4. And they've got other smaller size canvases for less price. So, like I said, I do a little bit of painting, not a lot. Go back to screen share. Ah, yeah, I guess building your own definitely would be expensive. Well, hopefully it would make it cheaper in the long run. I got a lot of. It's supposed to. So that one that I showed you is $4, like a good deal. Well, I think it is, but because we got a place around here called Curry's, I'm pretty sure one like that would be like twice the price there. And again, I guess it depends on quality too of the canvas. This is a lot to take into consideration. Yeah, I know painting supplies can be really expensive from going to Curry's. Yeah, it's called Curry's. Seeing some of those brushes, the prices. Ouch. Yeah, yeah. So are all three of them 40 by 20, or do they got to equal that in the? End. Okay. Well, that could bring you a pretty penny, especially if what they want you to do is semi-complicated or complicate it on the canvas. What sort of scene do they want, or whatever? Wow, Grand Canyon. That should be an interesting one to do. Is it supposed to be somewhat up close or further back or medium type shot? Guess I'm saying how much detail do you have to do on the canyon? I guess panoramic might be further back, so maybe not quite as detail. For sure. Don't want me with all the questions, just trying to A, conversation, and B, trying to get in the mind of another artist with your predicament. Although it's somewhat of a good predicament, going to bring you a few bucks. So, let's see. Yeah. Oh, hit the finger. So I guess that's a project you'll be starting when you come back from Hawaii. Waikiki. Oh, Hawaii, yeah. You can also try and find the Magnum sets. Yeah. Oh, cool. I wasn't sure. I wasn't worried about the online, but I just figured since you're going to be leaving pretty soon, as you said. I missed that one spot. Oh well. After the rest of these. Oh, I forgot to do the third one there too. Oh well. I'll live. Yeah. The really weird part, really hard, bad part is they can comment while you're painting, especially when it's online. Yeah. Not so bad if they're watching from afar. Well, I can't say anything. And being able to give input while you're doing it. Oh, I gotta do something there too. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Blue. I guess I'm just gonna make his eyes white because that's probably not what colors they are, but yeah. The thing is, you just gotta do it and not think about that they're there and they interfere too much. Just tell them to shut that. As much as you hate to, tell them to shut up. I know what I'm doing. Thanks. Yes, this is an angel called Inspire. Um, you weren't here for. Oh, hello. Who's new here watching? We have a third person in the room. Is that you, Action? I am taking a lot of time on this guy. But yeah, this guy is Inspire. where I got the idea from him is Charles Dickens novels. Um, Christmas Carol. I decided, because they're spirits, spirits are angels or demons. I decided to do a good version of the spirits of Christmas past, present, and future and evil. This happens to be a good one. He is inspired. The angel of years gone by, I think is how I said. In other words, to let your past inspire you onto better things. And then the evil version of him would be, the opposite, letting your past drag you down. Yeah. Way. Well, to whoever the third person is, or the other second person watching, because I got myself watching myself, so I can see the comments. Hello. We got Space Galleria here for the other person. Okay, so I think that should be done. Okay, so this here is what he looked like originally, and this here is obviously what he looks like now. Well, as you go in closer, you can see the black lines. So that is Inspire. We will. I'm going to take out the bottom layer, the old one. Leaves him by himself like that. And we will save him as an Adobe Illustrator document or Mitch, whatever. And then we will also export him. I just save as Adobe Illustrator because that way I can come back and change if I need to, or work on it to make it a little bit better because some lines are crossing over and, well, at the moment I don't care. But I'm also going to save him as a PNG file with a transparent background. That way I can take this image and put it on like any sort of painting or whatever. Okay. I'll try. I'm not sure who else is here, so they haven't talked yet. What the? I mean, he cannot complete the operation because of unknown error. Okay, I guess we're not saving him as a PNG right now. I'll have to go back in later when I'm not on that line and figure it out. I'm not going to take whatever length of time to figure it out right now. But I will just hit the X. He's saved as an AI, so that's what matters. I can come in and save him as a PNG at any time. This here is a demon known as Despair. And as I was saying, I created angels and demons for this Charles Dickens novels. And it's just, they won't just be the Christmas thing for the Christmas Carol. They can do it for anything. And Despair is the spirit of years to come. In other words, he is future. He would be my demon of Christmas future. Because, you know, and I figured I called this demon despair because if we get too focused on our future and we see no future, it can get us into a very despair attitude. Despairing attitude? I'm not sure how you'd say that. And again, he's thin and bony because with despair doesn't give you a lot to how do I word it? Think of it. Despair does not. There's nothing to feed on, so it just dries you up. There's no hope, nothing. Like I said, nothing to feed on. So, where hope gives you stuff to feed on, and I'm not sure whether that's a good analogy or not. But so if that's action, he's probably at work. That's why he's probably not talking. He says he likes to watch me draw. uh, hey, action. I know we're getting together at 4. That's still no problem. I'm just thinking, any idea what our topic might be, so or whatever, so you can, make a title for the live stream if that's you there. Oh, oh, hi, Stingbat. Yeah, well, I'm not saying just future. It's not just Xmas. These guys can be, Easter, whatever holiday, or just maybe not even a holiday, you know. And this is the demon version. I have a angelic version and a demonic version of each. Good to see you in here, Stingbat. I usually try and I'm not sure how much you know about my channel at the moment. I usually try and stream Monday through Saturday at noon. Uh, being this being a Christian company, I do go over a passage to the Bible, comment on it, and if you're in here during that time, you can comment too. Um, and then I go over a couple of my characters. I have angels, demons, superheroes, supervillains, supporting cast. I've got the whole kit and caboodle. So yeah, this is I'm not sure whether you're here to hear about who he is exactly. Let me know if you did or not. Besides the fact that Xmas future. And I'm not sure whether you know who Action Artist is, but me and him are going to be doing a live stream together on his channel at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check that out, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be talking about or whatever. I'm not sure. We haven't decided. He was in here yesterday while I was doing a character. And I will be live streaming on Sundays. I'm just not sure what time because I go to church and, well, I'm not home by 12. So, any questions there, Stigmat? Anything you want to talk about? Oh, okay. What I was saying was the Charles Dickens, A Christmas Story, how it has the goes to past, present, and future. Well, I was thinking about that, and it inspired me to create angelic versions of the characters and demonic versions because we can either be cheered up by our present, or well, this is despair. We can either be cheerful. I forget the different names that I have for the version, but your past can either make you feel good and want to go on, and then, like the character I did before this was Inspire, and who was the angelic version. So it can either make you, your past can either inspire you or you can feel regret from your past. And I think that's the name of my demonic version, regret. And, if you wallow in your past and just feel regret or whatever, then it won't take you anywhere. But if you let your past inspire you, focus on the good stuff instead of the bad. And that's what I guess comes down to with these guys. The demonic versions make you go the negative, if you will, about your past. And the angelic versions make you go you know, look at the positive things in your past. I'm not sure when they will be appearing in my comic books. And I'm not sure whether they'll be appearing at the same time or not. I have lots and lots of characters. So I'm not sure when they're all going to be appearing. And my comics do, I will admit, focus more on the superheroes rather than, the supernatural, although there are supernatural stuff, like supernatural characters. Not a lot, but the one thing I usually try and do with my angels and demons for the few that I have, not I got more than a few, is most of them will not go to your stereotypical look for either one because I'm not into the stereotypical look for them because we give demons these evil looking thing bodies, but it says Satan, which in the Greek I believe means um, adversary. So any demon can be your adversary. Technically, it just doesn't have to be the head honcho one. But we think of all these demons looking ugly, but it does say he comes as an angel of light. So a lot of them will look nice looking, as a demon. But some, or they won't look bad, super evil looking, in other words. They might not look super good looking, but they might not look super bad looking either. And the Bible also says we can entertain angels unaware, thus, so you're captivated by the beauty of something. And by entertaining, it doesn't mean, entertainment like, you know, Hollywood type of entertainment. But, you know, yeah, Lightbringer. It's, as you probably know, it said that he was once an arch. I'm not sure whether it's in the Bible or not, but that he was once an archangel, in charge of music. And it said that he was create. I believe this is in the Bible that he was created the most beautiful creature of all creation. I do have a version of Lucifer because he's probably going to appear at some point in my comic books, but somehow show behind the spiritual scenes because my ever not so humble opinion, biased opinion, whatever you want to say. The supernatural affects the natural, and the natural affects the supernatural. Yeah, well, favorite until his fall because the fall he obviously had to fall before the fall man's fall to come down into the garden to, you know, get us to be more get Adam and Eve to do the stupid thing they did. Not that I can say we probably would have been better. It's hard to say. And again, we don't know what it was like back then, being totally sinless. Hard to imagine that state of being. Yeah, took a third. Me too. My concept. Maybe I'll show you in a minute or two here. Is he doesn't look like a monster, but I'm not sure how I'd describe mine. Uh, PNG. Uh, hey, Space, glad you're back. Meet Stingbat, or T.A. Stingbat. Here is a version of what my Lucifer looks like. I've developed angelic alphabet, if you will, and it is going to end up being on his little thing there in the middle. L in the angelic alphabet. So, not sure what you think of that. I have him there doing a hearty laugh, laughing as if laughing at all humanity for believing his lies. Well, let's back to what we were doing. Yeah, space. I was on Space Gallery. Is pretty good. He's got his own channel too. He's a pretty great guy, from what I can tell. Was on his channel on Sunday, and he ended up doing a version of my emblem as a part of a painting. Looks awesome. And after he comes back from Hawaii sometime, he's going to be going to Hawaii. Oh, sorry if I. Well, I should shut my mouth. I shouldn't be giving away your business. Hey, sorry about that. But he did this great painting of my emblem, my symbol for my Cross Comics. Okay, I just figured I'd make sure first base. Well, after I realized what I'm doing, I know some people are real big on not giving out too much information, especially personal. You don't want to dox anybody accidentally, especially with some of the weirdos out there. Not like I was giving away your address or anything, though, but Hawaii is a big enough place, I guess, that might be a bit hard to find you. And in case you didn't catch it, Space, I'm going to be out on a live stream today at 4 Eastern Standard Time with Accent Artist who was in here yesterday. I'm not sure what we're talking about or what we're doing, and it's going to be on his channel, so I'm not sure whether you want to check that out or not. This is Despair. He is the demon of years to come, or spirit of years to come. As I was saying earlier, I took the Charles Dickens thing, Christmas Carol, grabbed the spirits in there, and made angels and demons of them. Yeah, no problem. I just thought I'd let you know about it. I wasn't sure what you'd be doing, you know. But yeah, this is Despair, spirit of years to come, because sometimes your past can get you, or not past, thinking about your future can get you a little down, thinking, nowhere to go or whatever. It drains your hope, thus, hence why he's all skinny and bony, nothing to feed on, as I was saying earlier, when I don't think anybody was here, or I'm not sure. The hardest part was coming up with, names or whatever for these spirits, trying to think of, you know, what would a demon of the future be doing, or an angelic one? And then it's like, what do they look like, or whatever? Although my hope does not look like hope. Like I think I was saying to Stingbat earlier, I try to avoid stereotype looking angels and demons. And well, definitely hope for Spirit of Years to Come would fit into that category. Okay, so let's see. Now I gotta figure out. uh, And if, yeah, so that's why his wings are all bony. He has no feathers, nothing. Can he fly with these wings? Yeah, sure. I believe so, anyways. So let's use this line. Not bad for through the wings off, going off the page and coming on initially beforehand. I had no idea what the parts looked like off the page. Okay, so here we go. The other side. So anything else you two patrons of the art would like to know about anything about me, my comics, anything you guys want to talk about? Okay, so now we gotta hope we don't have any holes in all this. Away and appearance. I am doing this so I can color him in. For those that do not know, I'm not sure how much you guys know about Adobe Illustrator program. Now that I got that, bring back the old one. We are going to undim the layer that I was drawing over. We're going to grab it and bring it over here. And then we're going to grab the color that's there that you can barely see. bring it into a gradient here. I've been changing one into black. We're going to bring the black more to the sides. And then we hopefully take it. And it's not working in that one. Well, there, there. That's okay. So there's a hole somewhere in this wing, and the lines are not connected. Otherwise, that's why I can't paint that in. But we'll deal with that in a couple minutes. Right now, we're going to try and paint other parts of him. And it looks like, yeah. Okay, well, we now know we can do this. Now we will. Okay, that's not going to work again because it's going into stuff that it shouldn't be. And those are both not working properly. So, and I can see a hole there. So, okay, we're obviously going to have to correct our holes here, as I call them. Okay, so down here, you know what? I'm going to take that off for a second. Array. Expand. That way, not only can I fill in the holes, but extra lines like that, I can take out, off. Let's go back to our brush. Oh, well, there's a nice big hole. And do the tip. Or for that one. Oh. Um, is it hard to draw on the computer? Um, I've got a Wacom tablet. If you're not using that, it's I'd probably say really hard if you're just using a mouse or whatever. But with the Wacom, however you want to pronounce it, you get a pencil or pen type thing, and then it's just learning to the hand-eye coordination. Not so much look at what you're doing on the tablet, but look at the screen, and it draws pretty much just like you would be using with a pencil and paper. The great thing is, if you mess up on a line, you can erase it. And there's lots of other types of tablets. I know Wacom's got a few different ones. I'm gonna join this a little better. But yeah, I only got my Wacom tablet in the last year, and I'm probably not the most proficient with it, but I'm half decent with it, as you may have seen. And this is without me trying super hard. the stuff today. Some of these streams, unfortunately, is not as proficient as I might be if I was not streaming. Just because, yeah, shading can be hard. I'm not the best shader in the world either. But my this program here, Adobe Illustrator, with the gradients, it allows you to almost it on if you knew start figuring out how to work it, it'll almost automatically get the shading for you. Um, as you can sort of see by you just look at this with doing the block on either side, how it's got the block there, right there at the edge of the line. Now it could be better, I'll admit, but like I said earlier, I'm not the most proficient with it, so I'm probably a novice at best for the program, and it's the knowing how to work these programs, which is really the probably the biggest key to anything. Well, you can rent it online or through Adobe. I'm not sure what their prices are like. What their can't remember the prices offline. I think you can get all of theirs for like $50 a month or access to all of them. I am currently not going to say anything more. It's not to get myself in trouble. But I'm sure there's other. I know there's other programs out there like that may not be that you can buy and or get for free. You know, shareware type stuff. They're just as good. They're hard to find. Oh man. And everybody's using this one. So and there's YouTube stuff for how to use it and all that too. So the way to get yourself a little better, especially if you can work along with it. Once upon a time when they didn't do the renting, I know the programs were expensive. Do all these lines, jeez. Jeez, Louise. Yeah, especially if it's not Adobe. I think Adobe. There's a few programs that are like supposed to be really good. Adobe is obviously one of them. Their Photoshop and all that. Um, Illustrator, as you can see here. Um, Not sure what there's a bunch of different programs. Um, I do like Adobe, especially because of the layers that you can create. You can even do that in, well, this is Illustrator, but you can do it in Photoshop. But the good thing about bleh, Illustrator here is it's vector based, as they say what I found out. And no matter whether you go in super, hey, no pixelization, or if you come out, you can, no matter how much you go in, or it doesn't pixelate, which I've actually found really, really nice. And yeah, like I said, I picked up, you know, started doing stuff with the tablet. You know, I've drawn stuff even without tracing, and I'm getting really good at even doing that. But right here, I'm tracing my own work, so I guess that's good. And I'm doing this tracing my own work just to make my old stuff look better. When I'm done this one in a couple minutes, hopefully, well, maybe a little bit more than a couple minutes. Gotta, so so I think that should be everything corrected for him. We'll again select all. We'll expand his appearance. We'll do the make them into live paint, which allows the fill coloring. We'll bring back the original. So yeah, as I was saying, and I can grab that color there. Go over to our gradients. Then I use the fill. Ah, that's still messed up. Yeah, so we'll deal with that in a minute. See what we can get done here. Oh, okay. We'll catch you later, Stingbat. Good chatting with you too. No problem for the info. Uh, like I said, I'm here Monday through Friday. Hit that like button and subscribe if you've yet to, and the notification bell if you want to know when I'm doing stuff or whatever. You're probably gone. uh, It says he's still there. So. Okay, I didn't correct that either. So now let's see whether we can do any of the hair there. It'd be a hair raising experience. Yeah, I need to. So I think we got all the colors that we need from him. So we're gonna get rid of him. We're gonna get rid of that bottom layer. So now let's go back to our brush. And let's get rid of this stuff on there. Oh, wow, 2 hours for this. Did some. So, okay. So array and parents. Just one little brush to array and so oh shoot, don't have either one. Forgetting little stinking things. Array and Almost done. Don't tell me it's gonna crash. Just waiting for it to do this little thing. A little bit. Well, you see where it is now. Okay. Done, but we're still waiting. My computer's going slow, 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 slow. I might just save this and yeah, folks, I'm just gonna try and save this and we can be done. I don't got much to do, so my computer program is acting up. So you know what? I'm gonna stop sharing here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Um, if you have yet to do so, hit the thumbs up button. Smash that button. For those not in the stream. Um, if you would, subscribe if you've yet to. Hit the notification bell to know when I'm putting up new stuff. We're going live. Um, Share, comment for those not watching live. Um, I am on Twitter and Instagram under Cross Comics. I have a Facebook page or a page and a group for Cross Comics. What else? Check out the rest of my content and check out my other channel, The Pied Piper of Hamilton. It's got other content, not really doing a lot with comics. Although I do some drawings of DC characters. Okay, bye for now. God bless. Rick Piper out of Cross Comics. Love you all.